just above the town of Mythenroyd. Nestled high in the beautiful dales of North Yorkshire is the wonderful Hollinhay Farm, run by Dad and Eli, Olivia, Dougie and Floss. This lovely little cattle and sheep holding is home to many. We follow Floss on her journey as she learns how to run the sheep. We see new life being born, and sadly some that leave the world behind. In this episode, Olivia and Floss attend their first practice session. Even Christmas Day can't stop the farm from running. And it's a first Christmas for Dougie. The farm takes a new delivery which is going to help Olivia and Floss with the sheep herding. And there are new arrivals. But not everything is going to plan. Today is a big day. Olivia is taking Floss for training in sheepdog herding, sometimes called running. It's the 6th of December. It's cold, but it's dry. Perfect weather for doing a bit of training. Floss has had quite a lot of practice so far running after the sheep at the farm. But has she got what it takes to make it in the big arena? Is she going to be a worthwhile working dog on the farm? Well, only time will tell, but today's day one.
We got her to be a working dog, so we need her to start working really. And if she doesn't start working soon, it's a farm at the end of the day. Everything on the farm needs to be working and making some kind of revenue, and everything is there for a reason. And although Floss is my pet, she is a farm animal and she needs to be working like the rest of the animals. I'm not sure I'm confident that we'll get there in the end. When she bites the back of the sheep, I feel really guilty, and I think that's what worries me the most, is that I don't want her doing that with our sheep. They're in lamb at the minute, so it's really quite dangerous if they start doing that with our sheep. Floss, that'll do.
Lie down! Lie down!
Just like it is learning to drive, it takes months for a sheepdog to pass their test. But really, you only learn properly once you are out in the field. Olivia has plans. She wants to put Floss through her paces. She's determined to enter Floss in sheepdog trials, so she really needs to get this one nailed.
Yes, I'm not sure how it's going, because it turns out Floss hasn't really been thinking whilst she's been herding the sheep at home. She needs to definitely slow down. We really need to get her using her brain a bit more, thinking about working the sheep a bit more, and just taking more notice of what she's doing. I think I've learnt the most. I've definitely learnt the most about Floss and the way she's been working the sheep so far. Floss has just got it inbuilt in her to run around them, whereas I'm learning the cues that I should be going off. I'm learning how fast, how slow, the ways to turn, what I've been doing wrong this whole time. It's definitely been a positive experience. Brenda's taught us so much so far, and we've got lots to work on when we get home. Steady.
It isn't just Floss who's learning. Olivia is having to learn as well. This is a two-way street. It isn't just about the dog, it's about the handler, and it's about the teamwork between the two.
Good girl, steady.
Well, Flossie, I mean, she's obviously only been here for a few minutes. And my immediate assessment of her is that she actually doesn't really know how to gather sheep yet, and she doesn't really know how to work as a team. So what we have to teach her is we have to teach her to go behind the sheep and quietly bring them to us. She's got to learn that she's got to balance the sheep to us. And in this instant, we actually have to balance the sheep to her. So that's what we're going to teach her in this session. I think she will make a very good working dog in time. She's got a long journey. She's a young dog. So we have to wait and see, really. But yes, I think there's no reason why she won't be able to do farm work and possibly go trialling. Lie down.
Lie down.
Learning how to walk the sheep calmly and patiently is one of the biggest skills that Floss is going to have to learn.
Lie down.
Okay, pull her legs out so that she has to lie down. Lie down.
Lie down.
Or behind.
Behind. Lie down. Lie down. lie down. So just been in the ring, and that went much better than I expected. These sheep are so much better behaved than our sheep at home. These are Hebrideans, so they are on my Christmas wish list. They have been for years. I think by the end of this lesson, Floss will definitely have improved. I think my handler technique's improved, and we've got lots to take home and to practice with at home as well. I'm definitely excited for the future. Floss is still such a young dog, and she's got so much potential, and she always does really want to learn everything, and she is always wanting to impress you and do whatever you say. So yeah, I'm looking forward to see how she comes along.
Today is a very special day. This is the first Christmas day that Eli, Olivia, Floss and new arrival Dougie have spent together as a family. Eli and his dad have been out working since 6 o'clock this morning.
These are the jobs that we do every day really, from November till April, or basically all while the cows are inside all winter. We scrape every pen and yard out. There's 4 pens or 4 yards that all get scraped together, so all the muck ends up in the same place, and that makes it a lot easier for when the muck goes back onto the land, that it's easier to spread with it all being in one place.
While many of us are tucked up in bed, or the children have got us up to open their Christmas presents, Eli and his dad have been out cleaning the pens and feeding the animals. Floss joins them in her favourite playground, the cow sheds.
Christmas Day, it makes no difference to the jobs that we do. Things still need to be scraped out, fed up, make sure it's clean and got enough to be going through till tonight, when we'll come back and we'll carry on with the same jobs again. I'm the 6th generation to farm here. The farm's been in the family since 1890 something, I think it came into it, and me and Liv have just had as first child Dougie, so it's an exciting time to be on the farm. Dougie's just over 11 weeks, and yeah, he doesn't really do a lot. Lots of sleeping, lots of drinking milk. He's growing so fast. I can't believe how quick he's growing. Liv's doing so well with him. He's just a happy little baby.
So in the morning, I let Dougie's ducks out. These Grandpappy bought him when he was born. I let the hens out. Because it's winter, they're not laying as much, so there weren't any eggs today. And then I corn the calves and our bull Frodo. So we give them corn just as a bit of a supplement. It's almost like chocolate to them, they really like it.
I'm not sure what brand of chocolate Olivia thinks this is, but I don't think it will be in our advent calendars. You certainly wouldn't want to give this kind of rich feed to the pregnant cows, because you wouldn't want them getting too fat.
Get your ball, Floss, come on.
Becoming a dad and farming, it has changed me. You do realise probably more the hours that you do, especially on today, Christmas Day, that you want to get jobs done and get back in so we can spend some time as a family. He's got lots of presents to open from lots of different people that mean a lot to us, so probably brought it home how much family is important to me. But it's definitely worth it, because I love doing both things, and both things can tie in together.
It's the 2nd of January, and Eli and Floss have been out on the road. Eli has bought Olivia a flock of 4 sheep, so that she and Floss can practice together. These are not the same sheep as Brenda has, the Hebrideans, which of course are on Olivia's Christmas wish list.
I'm really excited about getting my sheep. I just can't wait for them to get off the trailer and into the field, to be honest. It is going to be a real game changer for me and Floss, but I've had such a rubbish day so far. I think Dougie's teething and he cried all morning. Floss isn't impressed that she can't go chasing the sheep. I know that they aren't Hebrideans, which is the ones I wanted, but Eli has promised me that they will stay with me in the field. I do really need this to go well, to be honest.
Floss and Olivia have a big competition later in the year, And this is the perfect opportunity for both to learn the skills needed to run the sheep together. There's a good reason why they say never work with children and animals in the entertainment world. Unfortunately, that's not an option on a farm. So when you buy a new flock of sheep and they don't do what you expected, it can challenge even the calmest of people. However, Olivia is pressing on. It's time to call Floss into action. Clearly, Floss is more interested in being star of the show than star of the pen. I'm not sure if I'm more worried for Floss or Olivia's voice.
They're running off! I thought he said they'd stay with me! For sake, this is the whole point that we bought him. Why are they off? We might as well have our own sheep. My sticky, I've not got my stick. Stay.
Anybody looking on might be mistaken for thinking this isn't actually going so well. But considering that Floss, the sheep and Olivia have only just met each other, this isn't going so bad. Join us after the break to see who comes out on top.
Oh wait, that's come by. Out! Lie down. Listen to me. Out! Let's just keep going round. Go on then. Out! Lie down! Here! I can't do it. Lie down! Here!
So this is going about as well as what we thought it would do. Floss hasn't been around the sheep for about a month now. She's not even seen sheep. Liv, you need to calm down. None of us really got an idea what we're doing, and it is not going well. Floss is to get used to these sheep, and these sheep have got to get used to Floss. She's getting a bit tight to him, but neither of them have worked with each other, and Liv's not used to these sheep, so she's got to get used to them, so it is all new for all of them. So just got to keep practicing and see how they get on. It will improve though, hopefully. It's not helped today either with Dougie screaming all morning and crying. I think Liv were a bit stressed before she's gone in, and I think she's about to explode.
Stay.
Things need to improve quickly, because at the minute this is money down the drain.
Stay. Good girl, that'll do. I'm going to leave it, eh? Because she's just too full of energy at the minute, isn't she?
While Olivia consoles herself with what she thinks is a failed attempt with Floss and the sheep, Eli sets off for Topfield, where there are sheep who need no herding for their dinner. This might not be the same chocolate pudding that the cows get to enjoy, but I don't hear any complaining from this flock.
The feed's just a basic ration: wheat, peas, bit of barley, and a bit of confectionery waste. They don't really need much, they're all fit enough. It's just the easiest way to get them all to come to you so you can check over them. They're only 4 weeks from lambing now, so need to keep the condition on them and make sure they're not running off. We've got the date that the tup went in and they can lamb from, so up until then it is only steady checking. The tup is the male sheep. We took him out once he'd tupped them all and they'd all been scanned, so now they're all scanned in lamb. At the minute we're just checking them once a day. The sheep with the purple dots just a mark for ourselves for when they had a mineral drench before they went to the tup and when they got a wormer. The blue dots and the blue markings are for how many lambs they're carrying. A mark between the shoulder are them that are carrying singles. A mark top of the bum are them that have triplets. No mark is twins, and any with an L on them is late on.
Lambing is only 4 weeks away, and as we get closer to February, the sheep will be driven down towards the farm. But for now, as the moon is in the sky and time is late in the day, Eli will be going back down to the farmhouse and getting his own tea. That's only after everything has been completed on the farm, which includes sorting the cows. We'll be back later in the show to see how Olivia and Floss get on running the sheep, and of course how Eli, Dad and Olivia get on with the lambing season. After a cold end to January, February arrives with anticipation in the air. The pregnant sheep are all penned up, and there's a calm and a stillness around the farm. It's lambing season. The cows are in the sheds ready to give birth as well. Calving is right around the corner. Exciting times ahead. Floss decides she's going to go and investigate, and the animals can sense something is about to happen. There are some new proud mums on Hollinhay Farm. Expectant mums look on, knowing they are next in line.
I've got soother in my mouth at the minute. So.
New lambs are arriving into the world every day. Eli and Olivia are out and about this morning, prepping the lambs, ready to go into the fields.
Always put iodine on the navel just to disinfect. These are both tup lambs, so we will ring them. They get a ring on the balls, they're tups. These are just over a day old now, so old enough to go out. I feel the same, feel that both balls are in there. And then they also get a ring on the tail, which is more of a hygiene and welfare. Stop there being any poo around there, and that's when they can flies will lay eggs in there and they'll get maggoted. This is third to lamb, so these will get numbered number 3. It'll match up with the same number as what the yow will get, so know who belongs to who. She was just limping a little bit with this yow, so I'll spin her over and do her feet. The problem when they come into lamb on straw, it can all get clogged up, and that's when they start limping. Keep them nicely trimmed. It's mainly any soft bits in the hoof that you're looking for, and it signs of foot rot. They can get skull in between the hooves as well, but just a little bit of the spray sorts that out. She's not too happy at the minute that she's not with her lambs. Blood is actually a good thing, all pressure going out. Overgrown on there, that's when there aren't too much soft ground, that's why she was limping.
Once Mum has had her manicure, she gets a lovely spray of terramycin, an antibiotic spray to protect against infection. As soon as Mum's done, it's time to go.
Once they've had a day or so to get used to the mother, we'll put them out, so we'll just take them round to the other 2 that have lambs so they can join up. As soon as they turned out, they'll all gather together as sort of the flock instinct. All the yows know each other well, so they do introduce quickly. This is the first one that was born this year, probably just short of a week old now, and you can see the difference in how quickly they grow. She's doing really well, it's a little gimmer as this and probably one to keep.
With a fox currently on the prowl around Hollinhay, Eli and Olivia will bring any new mums and babies back into the safety of the farm until the lambs are big enough to fend for themselves. Eli checks on the cows to see if any are due to calve. It's highly likely that some will give birth tonight. While for Olivia and Floss, there is no time to waste.
We first went to Brenda around about start of December, and then I just went again with Floss last week as well. So we've had a few more bits to be training on, and as a result, Floss hasn't been around the sheep this week at all, because I've been practicing her walking basically to heel like the side of my legs, so that when I'm setting her off, either come by her away, she's at the right side and she automatically knows which way she's going. Go behind, walk this side.
The improvement in Floss is obvious, but Olivia is well aware of how much work is still left to do.
Another thing that Brenda's taught us to do, making sure that Floss is balancing the sheep behind me whilst I'm walking, so almost pushing them on for us, making sure that she's not going a full circle around me when I'm walking, and she's just balancing either side, so I've been practicing that. We're still practicing her lie down. I did ask Brenda why she won't do it straight away. She said it's just because she's really excited and keen, so I suppose I can't be too annoyed at that.
If Floss is going to be ready for any competition, she's going to have to know all the commands. And it's Olivia's job to make sure she understands.
She's quite good with her left and right at the minute, so we just do that as more of an enjoyment thing for her, almost like throwing a ball or something. But she's definitely 100% calmed down so much more since we've been practising every day with her with these sheep, and the sheep are still a little bit skitty around her. I think she's so fast and she comes round them so quickly that it startles them a bit. But we don't want her to lose that speed. The speed's a good thing. So yeah, but she's getting better every day. Walk this side, good. Walk, walk, walk.
Nature waits for nobody. Even animals birth in the wee hours of the morning. Dougie manages to get in on the act too. It's time for Mum to give birth. However, on this occasion, she's struggling, and she's finding it difficult to push the calf out. Eli readies himself to become a midnight midwife and deliver a newborn. Even friends of the family try to get in on the act. They can see something is seriously wrong, but they don't know what. Eli continues to work hard to help Mum. There is no way a farmer will give up on a mum in distress. After a successful delivery, there's a problem on Holland Hay. Eli has no idea right now what is wrong, but that doesn't stop him trying to save the calf. If the calf can't get up to feed itself, then it comes down to Eli and Olivia to get valuable life-giving nourishment into this little baby. The only way it's going to get stronger is to get mother's milk. This calf is extremely sick. Eli is fighting for its life, and it's going to take a lot to pull this little one around. Does it have the strength? Well, only time will tell. Join us next time on Floss's farm, where there are new arrivals. Has Eli got a new problem on his hands? One of the triplets looks very sick. And is Floss ever going to behave herself long enough to become a super sheepdog?